Do you as a teenager find yourself staring at a mirror for too long? More often than not, this very mirror will reflect ample inadequacies. Now, teenage is a melting point where you're neither a kid nor an adult. And so this isn't a game of your own mind, but what others think about you, right? How others judge you, perhaps. Think about it. One word, one comment, one judgment has the potential to twist something in your mind, change your mood, and make you feel insecure about your appearances. So are judgments really what others think about you, or how you judge yourself and respond to yourself after listening to those comments? Teenagers and self-consciousness overlap to a tremendous degree. In fact, a survey from PR Newswire shows an overwhelming majority of 75% of teenagers that are insecure about their appearances. Personally, every time someone would comment on my appearance, whether it be my face, body, or hair, I would lock myself in a room, stare at the mirror, and let incessant voices silence the compliments I would have gotten. Don't get me wrong, 80% of the comments might be compliments, but I would always let the 20% of critical comments and judgments derail me. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most space in your heart, and I felt that. As much as I would love to ignore those comments and move on, hey, you can't blame me, because there I was in my mixed up teenage years with endless mood swings consumed by them. I can confidently say that I'm not the only teenager out there going through this. In fact, a survey from Act for Youth shows 1/3 to 1/2 of adolescents are insecure about their appearances and have low self-esteem. Now, I would love to focus this talk on how I overcame those insecurities and mental barriers, but you can't change overnight, right? There will always be a few days when you feel low. The journey to gaining enough confidence about appearances is the one I'm still on. But they say you cannot choose circumstances. You can definitely control your mindset. Everyone is allowed to have a couple of aha moments where they find their passion. And I'd say I found mine after a series of such events when I started focusing on the world around me than on me. Now, I'm fully aware of how cliched and preachy this might sound, especially coming from a girl my age. But throughout the journey, I've realized that teenagers have ample of opportunities. They just need to unleash their potential, step out of their comfort zones, and gain that sense of confidence. Over the summer of 2020, when I followed my passion for art, I would sell paintings, cards, canvases, and donate the funds to educating children who didn't have proper access to education. Helping over 25 girls for over a year of education helped me realize that I was letting the few negatives outweigh the many positives there were in life. It helped me climb the barrier to get to the other side of the mirror, and it helped me realize and value the opportunities I got. Next summer, alongside that, I started focusing and diverting my attention to writing poetry and reading. My point is, when you fill your plate with your passions, you won't have enough time to observe the so-called inadequacies that are reflected in the mirror. Now, I realize I'm not the only teenager who might be wanting to skip this chapter of life. In my old school, I had a friend who always had comments directed on her glasses and her hair, and that essentially changed her entire personality. The once confident and outspoken girl I knew was now shy and introverted. On the other hand, in my current school, I have a friend who under any given circumstance won't be anything close to disappointed. And that got me thinking, the world only exists in your eyes, right? You can make their thoughts appear as little or as big as you want them to be. Let me give you another classic example. There was this person suffering from stammering since childhood. He was a very shy and self-oriented person, and despite all those factors, he didn't lock himself behind the door. Instead, he faced the world with great courage, determination, and enthusiasm. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's Mr. Bean, or Rowan Atkinson. Something that reading has taught me is that you can't skip chapters in life. That's not how it works. You have to read everything, meet every character, and go through everything. And you will read things you don't like. But then again, you will have times when you don't want the page to end. For that to happen, you just have to keep reading. The mirror of inadequacies we brought up in the beginning is in the world around you that's reflecting all of those flaws. It's your mind that's causing you to take them personally and believe in them. That's part of the reason why Leon Brown once said, "It all begins and ends in your mind." What you give power to has the power over you, if you allow it. Society won't get in your head if you don't let them. So change your game. Don't shatter the mirror in your mind. Instead, let it reflect the perfect world around you.